Well, that was an active day, to say the least. Thunderstorms coming through, a couple of tornado warnings, some minor damage. We'll talk more about that on News 12 at 11. And then also looking at the potential of some winter weather coming on through. So I think we've kind of spun the compass and run the gamut and everything else you can use in the way of weather cliches, because we have just had a very active 36 hours in the News 12 viewing area. The big change is going to be coming up tonight into tomorrow. We'll be looking for some fairly cool numbers out there, and numbers tomorrow will be chilly, yes, but here's the important thing to take a look at, and what we'll take a look at in detail in just a minute or two. Temperatures will be cold tomorrow. Highs will be in the lower 40s, but that is going to be something that is going to be way too warm for snowfall across a good portion of the News 12 viewing area. We'll explain that coming up in just a little bit. Welcome to Weather Overtime. Let's go ahead and kick it into gear and get started. Again, we picked up about a half an inch of precipitation for today. That increases our surplus for the month and the year. Normally we should be at about 2 inches. This year around we're at 2.64, so that's looking pretty good. High temperature today, well before that cold air rolled on through, back into the mid 60s for highs, about 7 shy of a record high temperature. Didn't quite make it there. And looking over the next couple of days, chilly into Friday with scattered light showers possible. Some flurries early Saturday morning, then drying out and clearing out. Temperatures back in the lower to mid 40s. And then a few clouds maybe on Sunday, but otherwise mostly sunny, and temperatures getting close to normal back in the lower 50s. Thanking one of our crack production staff here at News 12, Rainey Randolph, for sending in some pictures of storm damage on Eli Road in the Red Bank area. What looks to be a tree that toppled over at mid-stump, mixed together with some furniture and, if I'm not entirely incorrect, possibility of that being a trampoline or what was left of one in there, and looking at damage in many other places. So thank you, Rainey, doing a good job on keeping an eye out for weather pictures. And if you've got pictures to share, storm-related or otherwise, zap them to us at pictures@WDEF.com or Facebook.com/WDEF News 12. By the time we record this, just shy of 10 o'clock on Thursday evening, we have one tornado watch left well on down toward the Gulf of Mexico around southwestern Georgia. And the good news is that as of right now, it's looking like everything is decently quiet. And so far, the Storm Prediction Center showing possibility of storms may continue down that direction. All we have is a wind advisory, and that also will be expiring in the next couple of hours. But the winds will continue to be breezy through overnight. Wind gusts of 20 to 30 miles per hour, and that's just below wind advisory characteristics there. We'll continue to see some fairly breezy winds right on into Friday, so expecting some choppy winds out there. So if you're traveling either west or east with those winds coming in from out of the northwest, you could be getting into some chop out there. So firm hand on the steering wheel right on into Friday evening. Please keep that in mind. The storm system that is kicking up the storms for us tonight, that was the same storm system was pestering California a couple days ago and sending huge amounts of rain and snow, thousands, millions of gallons of rainfall coming in from off the Pacific. And yes, that is another storm system that is weak and running into high pressure, so it's kind of being a blocking pattern for right now. But eventually this storm system will cross the country, and this will also be giving us the potential for more rainfall coming our direction. Now tonight, whatever's left of the moisture falling down in the atmosphere, most of it's wrung out and head on through. Some of this is going to be wrapping back around the backside of that area of low pressure. So some of this moisture will be wrapping from the Atlantic all the way from the Great Lakes and then down our direction as we get into tonight, tomorrow, and through tomorrow evening. We're not talking about huge amounts for the most part, and again through tomorrow morning into tomorrow afternoon. Yes, what you're looking at is the computer showing the potential of bands of snowfall setting up as we go into tomorrow. But notice especially these temperatures. These are measured at the surface, and wherever that surface happens to be, temperatures will be on the chilly side. It'll be back in the mid to upper 30s. And that is going to continue to see the potential of above about 2,500 feet, potential of snowfall on the mountaintops out there, and below 2,500 feet with these temperatures taking place. It's a good bet we're just going to see rain, maybe some snow mixed in with that. There's a type of melted raindrop that freezes. It's not hail, it's not sleet, it's called graupel, and we might see some of that tomorrow mixed in with the rainfall. So higher elevation snow, lower elevations toward the surface, that's where we'll see just chances of rain. And you can see some of those green colors mixed in with that, and some of those pink colors showing the rain mixing with snow, especially in portions of the higher elevations around here. But there also will be just plain rainfall out across the area. Now the moisture will start to kind of divvy up as we get into around Friday evening, and then drier air wraps around the back of that system with a reinforcing shot of cold air, which means we'll start off with maybe a flurry or two on Saturday, and then by Saturday afternoon, temperatures will not go too much further upwards, but at least we will have sunshine coming on through, as the leftover clouds will be over parts of the Appalachians, and then that should be about it. So for tomorrow, we'll continue to see some drizzle out there. Not cold enough for any frozen stuff on the ground, but it will be wet in the morning, at least damp, so a little bit of extra time getting to where you're going would be a good idea. And then temperatures chilly tomorrow, and that chance of rain will continue right on in throughout the rest of the day. 7-day forecast, chilly for the next couple of days, some flurries possible Saturday morning, and then leaving the area, giving us just sunshine. Temperatures also return to normal as we get into Sunday as well. For the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday on Monday, showers, yes, but it looks like mainly it's going to be an afternoon and evening type thing. So right now it doesn't look like a problem. And for most of the day, for the volunteer efforts, hopefully not going to be a problem, but plan ahead, take some rain gear with you, be prepared for the chance of rain. And then afterwards, over the next several days, very mild and chances of rainfall coming on through. Not seeing any major problems with thunderstorms for now, but that could change. So again, milder temperatures by this time next week, very welcome in the midst of winter, but also seeing those rain chances continuing out there for a while. Not much of anything left on the radar at this time. What are we talking about in the way of snowfall? This is where patterns come in handy, at least in gauging in the amount of snowfall. There's going to see variations out there, but notice again as we talk about areas over the Cumberland Plateau and the Appalachians, that's where we see the really heavy amount of snowfall possible. Now, getting into, again, the first model, you see that pattern shaping up to where the higher elevations of the Cumberland and the Appalachians pick up most. A dusting, if anything, in the river valley, and a little higher in some of the peaks in and around portions of Georgia as well. The second model showing that similar pattern, not in agreement where it comes to the amount of precipitation out there, but at least we are getting, again, that similar pattern where parts of the Appalachians and the Cumberland Plateau could look at several inches. It's a very good possibility that as we look into and around the area of back to the east of us, that some of these higher elevations, including way high up into portions of Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio, portions of the area of northeast Tennessee, could be looking at 6 to 12 inches of snowfall out there. So again, comparatively, it doesn't look like a lot specifically, but it does give us an idea as to what the models are talking about. Now that things have calmed down, please consider becoming a National Weather Service storm spotter. The next meeting for Chattanooga and Hamilton County residents is Friday, February 10th at 6 p.m. at Memorial Hospital in the community rooms. It is free, but you have to register for your seat at weather.gov/MRX, and we can help you program your weather radio when it's nice and quiet. Good time to get that done. WDEF.com/weather. You can find out more about all this stuff. Follow me on the web. You can find me on several different places: YouTube, Instagram, Counter Social, Facebook, Reddit, Tumblr, and on a couple of chess websites if anybody wants to play a game at some point in time. I'm not a grandmaster. I know my way around a chessboard, but if you'd like to play a game, look me up. It's my ham radio license, KG4GKE, if you'd like to play along there. Questions, concerns, ideas, please let me know. aonic@WDEF.com, or follow along with us at WDEF.com/weather. That's our main website right there. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Aonic. Friday morning forecast with Chip Chapman starting bright and early, 5 a.m. Eastern Time, and we'll keep you up to date again on WDEF.com. So stay tuned to News 12 on air and online for your forecast updates for the Tennessee River Valley.